and I'm honestly going to say this: there is no one in the business right now that can change either tide of AEW Impact thing. No one can show up to make everybody go watch.
No.
Like, no. Mark Callis can show up on AEW, and that will pop that one night, but then they will just go back down again because they're like, Muhammad, like, oh, that's not the Undertaker, or someone like, that's a wannabe Undertaker. Even though that's him, that's just their version of it, but they'll tear it down.
No, I watch it.
See, exactly. And then 2 weeks later, Tony Khan make him burn all his Undertaker stuff. Like, how dare you? Stuff like that. But let's say there's no one that's going to move the meter because wrestling is not as hot as it used to be. No one really cares as much as anymore. It's just like, okay, it's just this guy and that's it. I get popped for a moment, but then
it's the problem is like, and I see this with both, like not necessarily the WWE because they try to grow their audience, but they go about it in the most unorthodox ways possible. But for both shows, AEW and NXT, like for a year now, like neither show, even before the pandemic, is trying to grow its audience.
Yeah.
Neither show.
There's no audience to grow, is there?
It's more glaring with NXT though. Like if you're flipping the channels and you come to NXT has this, like their ambience is like, an underground fighting show. That's the lighting and everything. So you might be interested for a hot minute, while watching.
Yeah.
AEW.
They'll start making more effort when they can sell tickets.
But then again, like you're not, like I always think about it, like if I'm channel surfing and I don't know either show, and I'm not like a fan of wrestling, I'm not gonna stay on either show. Like AEW, funnily enough, Dynamite might hold my attention more because it's colorful. It has like better lighting than NXT. It has everything. It has the grabbing thing, it's...
It got wackiness.
Yeah,
it got wackiness.
It grabs you like you're going to see this and
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you see something like Orange Cassidy, like, what the hell is this? It'll keep your attention for 10 minutes, like, oh, that's you're either going to hate it or you're going to love it. And that's when you come back, because it's something different. My thing is with NXT is that wrestling is always going to be perfect, because it's NXT. Mm-hmm. But you have to have more than just great wrestling to hold people's attention.
They're not growing their audience. They're not like their NXT is completely content, and to some extent Dynamite is completely content with what they have now as people. Like they're saying, okay, we got you guys, stay with us. You're our true fans. We got this show especially for you.
And and that's my whole thing. Because to me, only people who will pop for NXT be the diehards because you've been there, you see it, you know everything. But it'd be hard for a casual to come in and look at that. Because, like, why should I care? For example, why should I care about Johnny Gargano and Ciampa? Okay, I think these two guys, they can say, man, this is kind of boring. Like, but you don't know the history, you don't know why it's so wonderful and stuff like that. But they can go to AEW, see something funny, see something colorful, see something stupid, and they're like, oh, this is great, and I'll watch it for a week or 2 weeks. And I'm not saying they're going to stay, but there you go. They have to keep their attention for long enough, then they move on to something else.
If you're not a wrestling fan, once you figure out the who's who, I think you're going to leave it. That's the idea. You might hold your attention for a while. NXT is like... And again, NXT, like me as a diehard fan of NXT from day one, it doesn't have that special feeling of like it was the best kept secret of it's only on the network and we're the only people who see it, and it has that truth thing. It's now like it's a bastardized main roster / old NXT version of it. And it used to be a bastardized WWE / Indies thing, which was cool, but now it's like they took that NXT part, that show, that 1 hour show that was on the network, and they added more WWE to it, which it kind of and they're
right, because when you start bringing people off main roster to come to NXT, you kind of lose the whole purpose of what the whole main was.
It's the whole thing. Like when it was an hour show, you didn't see everyone every week, but now I have to see Johnny Gargano do a vignette, do 2 or 3 vignettes every week. I have to see.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what kills me. Because I love that about NXT, because that was so tiring with Raw. And then now, it's weird because it's a slight knock on AEW. Well, they're not pushing this guy. He's not on TV every week. Well, that's the whole point, because you don't want them on TV every week because they're not doing nothing with them. Why? And I get Cody is that way, but then to me, Cody is like, in mind, he's the star, so he has to be on every week. But I like that I don't see someone every week because they let me miss them. Because if I see you every week, every time doing a promo or wrestling, I'm like, just go away. It's just like that's do anything new. That's what made the Fiend so good. You didn't see him every week, so it was like nice when you saw him pop up. But that's what I thought about NXT, and that's what I like about it. It'd be, I remember when Aleister Black, whoever that is, you might see him twice in 1 month. I like that and stuff like that. It's like good. You make me like, ooh, he's
like
mysterious.
Even in the glory days of Ciampa Gargano, when it was the hottest program in wrestling, they weren't on every week until right before the takeover. That's when they started ramping it up. But then again, like they did most of their stuff online. They did some of their stuff on Twitter. They did some of the stuff. It was more of an engagement. Where you knew there was something like the perfect Gargano Ciampa moment was after he got him fired, and Ciampa just went online on Twitter like it's the middle of the night, and Gargano's like banging on his door like, get out Ciampa, meet me. And he's like, he's been going on for an hour now, and goes, I hear you. It's stuff that was outside.
I remember that.
It's but then now you have to do it on the show. And
thank you for joining us on the Outlaw Macho Drive-In. If you liked that video, please click like and subscribe to our channel for more content from the Drive-In. For full episodes of our podcast, please look us up on Anchor or Spotify. Just search for Outlaw Macho Drive-In or click the link in the description below. Please feel free to comment. Tell us what you think about our discussion. Please tell us what you think about us. Tell us what you think in general. The world's your oyster. And do us a favor, spread the word. Help us out here. Share. Thank you. We love you. Bye.